Hello, it's me, Luca, your holistic nutrition practitioner, popping into your inbox. I hope that this missive is finding you well. Well, on the day that I'm recording this, it is smack dab the middle of August. And it has been a glorious summer of absolute growth in my garden and a lot of growth in my clients. And what I'm hearing anecdotally from friends and clients and family as well is that it seems like there's a lot of big shifts that seem to be happening right now. And I am no different. I too am experiencing quite a few big shifts. So today's missive, I am not, a little spotty on sending out emails in the middle of the month with videos. My original intention was to send one out in the middle of the month, every month, with something to think about or something I was contemplating or serving as a way to express a little bit more about what it is I do and what my approach is to how I think of nutrition. It's so much more than just hitting your macros and your micros and making sure you get all the calcium and the vitamin C. It's about how we feed people. It's about how we move through the world. It's about so much more. And currently, when I look out into the natural world, I see an abundance for anybody who's walking outside these days and finds themselves in the foothills or the prairies of Alberta, or maybe in Ontario. I've heard it's the same, or wherever you are. What is in abundance? This year, I cannot believe how many Haskaps there were earlier on in the season and how many Saskatoon berries are around. I've never seen the bushes as full as they are. When I go to my garden, I see the zucchini. My neighbors are a little tired of zucchini. My friends, everyone comes over. Thanks for coming over. Have a baby, a zucchini baby to take home. What is abundant in your life and your world? What is growing and what feels is growing really quickly? Is it children? Is it witnessing nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren going through leaps and bounds and making massive changes? Yeah. It seems there is a lot going on. And here, I myself have a lot. So I wanted this to be a bit of an update, a little bit of I'm putting a bit of a pause on some things for a short time for a very big reason. I have a monstrous big thing coming up in the next few weeks. I'm moving. I'm leaving Canada. I am moving to the Netherlands. It feels like a bigger step than I'm ready to acknowledge. I can't even think of leaving my house yet. And I have 2.5 weeks before I have to vacate the house. I'm mostly packed. Before I do that, I have to get my kiddo to university. Our daughter is going to the University of Alberta in Edmonton. She's going to be settled in residence in just under 10 days now. So we'll get her off. I will get her off. And then I will finish off packing the rest of the house and pass the keys over to a new person who's going to live in our home. We're going to keep our house, but we'll be renting it out. And we have a young family actually coming in. So I'm very excited to share this lovely land that we've gotten to call home for the last 20 years with them. I am moving to the Netherlands, and it has been a lifelong desire of my husband and mine to we've always wanted to go take off to the Great White North. Okay, we're not taking off to the Great White North. We're really just doing a lateral move. But we've always wanted to go explore, go see different things and see what else is out there. There's got to be different ways of moving through the world. Yes. And there's got to be more people to meet. And he very luckily got a job in the Netherlands. And so we're moving to The Hague in September. He's already there. He's set up house already, and he is starting his new job this week. I get to go join him once all of the other business here at home is wrapped up and once our daughter's safely secured in her new home. What this means, massive undertaking for us. I have to close my doors to seeing clients for 3 weeks. And I will still be running the GoodFood Network into the month of September. So for those who are in the network, that's not going to change. For those who want to join us, we would love to have you in the network, and I'll still be doing my one session a week, but everything else is on pause for 3 weeks. And once I settle into our home in The Hague, then I'll be able to know what my schedule will look like, but I don't know what it looks like right now. So I'm taking a leap of faith and closing my doors for 3 weeks before I can figure out when I'll open my doors. So you can't even book in for anything until I get around to figuring this next piece out in September. So I'm essentially gone for a month, and that has a massive impact on how I move through things and our financial way, actually. So I wanted to offer something. And it is a bonus to you, my newsletter people, and it is a support to me as well. I have so many classes at the ready, and I have never built one spot online where you can find them all. But I've spent the last couple of days getting that all in order so that I can set it up for you. But here is what I am proposing. In an offer of good faith, I'm going to give you a coupon to save 50% off the cost of any class you want. Any class you can access from the link I'm going to give you. 50% off. I never have a sale like this ever. I always have all of these courses at the ready. I will only have the sale coupon available for a week. It will start from the moment you open this email. It will end on, well, let's say I'm going to end it on Friday the 30th. So coupon ends on August 30th. So you can purchase the class whenever you want. You will get a series of emails, 1 or 2 emails that come along with that. Each of those emails will give you instructions on how to follow through to access the content. So you can buy it right now and save those emails and say, okay, my fall season is going to be about addressing this one big thing I want to look at. So before I jump over to show you what I've got, I want you to give this a think for a second. Okay. I want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to jot down really briefly, what are 3 things that you're having troubles with? It can be symptoms. It can be big overarching things like I struggle with sleep. It can be my mood is really having a hard time. My energy is having a hard time. My heart, I was diagnosed with atherosclerotic plaque earlier this year. Whatever that is, write down 3 things. And if you don't quite have 3 and you've only got 1, that's fine. You can also think of this as an organ. Is there an organ that is of interest to you? For example, the thyroid. Do you have thyroid issues? Do you want support for your thyroid? That sort of thing. Or like histamine issues. Yeah, I want to get a histamine issue idea a little bit better. Jot those down, okay? And pause the video if you need to, if you're not done yet. Once you've got those 3 things jotted down, now I'm going to take you through what these classes are. And know that you can purchase any and all, you can use the coupon as often as you want, and purchase 1 or 2 classes if you want on the topic that's going to address what you just wrote down as your top 3 things you want to address. I'll tell you what these things are. These are a series, different kinds of classes that I have, from 60 minutes to 3 or 4 hour classes. And the workload is anywhere from 2 weeks of work to 6 months of work. The price of the class will indicate the amount of work that is involved in it, or that it shares with you with potential resources and things. The $25 classes will give you $25 worth of solutions. The $60 class will give you $60 worth of solutions. So give that a think. Say like $10 of solutions per month ish. Think of it that way. Okay, now that you have all that, I'm going to take you through what the classes look like, and then you're going to go find it. I'm going to drop the link below where this video is. Click on show more just under this video here on YouTube, and click on there, and you'll be able to see the link out to the page I'm going to take you to. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take you through. I finally built this. I tried to hire somebody 3 months ago. Didn't work out. I finally set aside a little bit of time to do it because I had to pack my house and it felt better to do something productive like this. But let's go see what you're going to focus on this fall. Okay, let's jump over to the screen right now. Okay, so it's on my website, lucasimmons.com, and I'm going to take you to this page called OnDemand Classes. So this is the link that you're going to see just below here in the YouTube page. Where am I looking? Right there. Yeah. So this is how you can take back your health. And I've got it broken down into a couple of different themes, if you will. So let's go through what those look like so you can know. Now, first off, there's a free masterclass. Half off of free is still free. So get this one whenever you want. It is a free class that gets you to really understand why the gut is ground zero to issues in the body that are chronic health conditions and symptoms, pardon me. Now, I also have a standalone colonoscopy prep program. You can grab that if you're somebody who's getting colonoscopies every couple of years at this point. This is a good little one to have in your pocket. It's a good 10 days of prep for you to make all of the foods so that you can have a more real foods approach to getting ready for your colonoscopy. You still have to take that drink that they give you. I'm sorry, I can't work around that one. But what I've heard anecdotally from my clients who've taken this is that it's a much easier procedure when they prepare along these lines. So know that this is here, okay? You can just click on it, click here to register. What about if you wanted to learn about how your body works? These are the vitality sessions. Vitality sessions were 2 to 3 hour classes I used to run at the Light Cellar. Light Cellar is a health food store in Calgary that I adore. And these classes have 6 to 12 months of work in each of these classes. And I'll take you through what those look like in a minute. But you've got a class on inflammation, on the gut, on the liver, on the thyroid, on sleep, on blood sugar balancing, and so on and so forth. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. Each of these classes is what I think of as a season. So for the fall, might you wish to choose something to focus on for the season and sign up for one of these classes? You'll get it at 50% off. The class itself, usually $60. Yeah, it's a steal, pal. Now, this is the new one that I have built over the last couple of weeks. This is one on topics for specific classes. I'll show you what these are in just a moment. But let's keep going down to see what else there is. Do you prefer to take a cooking class? So which of these will you do? Will you want to do a cooking class? That's the last one. Would you want to do a topic specific class? Would you want the deep dive, full seasonal exploration, like spending an entire season on a topic? This is the section you'll want to go to. Or do you want a colonoscopy prep or that free class? Okay, let's start with the vitality classes. You just have to click on learn more and you'll get there. So you can click on any of these images that will take you to a full description and where you can register for each of these classes. You get to choose one or as many as you wish to have access to as often as you wish. You get lifetime instant access for the rest of your life to everything that's in these classes. These are all self-directed. You can start watching 30 seconds after you register for them. There's a class on inflammation, on the gut, on the liver, on the thyroid, on adrenals, on blood sugar balancing, on histamines, on sleep, on heart, on bones, brand new class I also just built, and one on the burden of stress. So what of this might be something you want to focus on for the fall season? Would it be putting some pieces in place to help you better handle stress? This is a great one to take. Do you know you have blood sugar balancing issues? That's a good one to sign up for, and so on and so forth. You can pick whichever one you like. That's the vitality sessions. I want you to think of vitality sessions as a month-long or a seasonal long exploration to get yourself into for the fall season, for example. Now, the next one I want to show you, there's a big series of things here too. So topic-specific classes. These are a bunch of 90-minute to 2-hour classes. They're $25 a piece, and they are good for a month. They're good to dive in and start to put pieces in place for yourself and supports. So the $25 price tag, totally different than $60. It gives you an idea of how much work is involved and how many solutions are shared. If you get overwhelmed easily, this is the series you go to. And half off makes them $12.50 a pop. Really? Do you need convincing? There's tons of topics. I'm not going to read through them all here, but take a look here. Is there anything that catches your eye? I've got a couple on blood sugars. We've got a good sleep checklist class, fermented foods, going gluten-free, going green for your liver, going paleo, stress, harnessing blood sugars for heart health, the power of the sea for your thyroid, the power of the sun. This is a whole class on the circadian rhythm. Harnessing the power of the sun for good sleep in particular is kind of part 2 to that class. And there we've got a couple on the brain. Got more on heart health. And we have a whole series of the SOS classes. There's one on acid reflux, cholesterol, constipation, fatty liver, osteoporosis, osteopenia. Then we have a couple of supplements classes. This one will be ready in about a week's time, and the other one is already ready. Everything else is ready. So the supplement savvy for stress is ready. Everything else is ready except for this bones one. It'll be ready by the end of August, actually in the final week of August. So if that's the one you're holding out for, you'll still be able to do it before Friday, August 30th. So this is topic specific, $25 a class. So this is like a 1 month worth of content. Now there's one last place to take a look at. Prefer to take a cooking class. What if you want to get cooking? Okay, well, we've got a series of things. These are also going to be half off. So activating class, learning how to activate nuts and beans and seeds and grains and legumes. There's a chart. We have recipes, methods, explanation. This is a traditional foods piece of information to get and a practical solutions all rolled into one. Scratch cooking fundamentals. This class is $150. There's 10 90-minute cooking classes. You could get this for half off. I'll tell you, I give half of the income to my kiddo who taught this with me. So if you wanted some cooking classes to learn how to cook from scratch or need a revamp of some new ideas in the kitchen, this might be a nice thing for you. We've also got these shorter programs. So these are $20 a piece. They're called batch prep or in the kitchen programs. The recipe programs. There's rarely a video. Rarely. There is in a few. And one of them is a bit more expensive, but most of them are $20. What are these? Well, they're recipes delivered to your inbox. They're 4-week programs, so they're a full month dive into a specific topic. Same thing. But without hearing me sit there and yap on the reasons why, they're just the practical approach. They're just a bundle of recipes with a weekly reminder to make something and to help build that muscle. So for example, for clients, I always sign them up in this meat stock as medicine class. Everybody gets the you need to make a batch of stock a week kind of recommendation. And this serves as a reminder every week with a new way to use it and a new recipe to try. So there's lots of different ideas here as well. Low histamine breakfast ideas, capsule freezer, low histamine one pot meals, liver loving staples, activation recipes, lots of different things. There's a 4-month batch prep program where you get one batch prep once a month, and then you start using that into your meals. We've got, if you want to learn more about how to cook shellfish and seafood, vegetables and fruits, if you're wanting to get some recipes and know how to practically reduce stress, hot chocolate to make a different kind of hot chocolate every week. I also have seasonal recipe programs in here. So is there something here that's catching your eye? These might be really helpful to build a specific skill and would be on the lower end of the cost. So these are the least expensive classes I've got. Is there anything there that caught your fancy? So these are these batch prep and kitchen recipes. These are just the 4 weeks of recipe programs. Or there's that full cooking class series, Scratch Cooking Fundamentals. That is 10 classes. Or Activating 101. These are the only ones I have for cooking right now. I don't tend to do lots of those. I do a lot more of the sitting down and learning and what are your steps to do kind of classes. So the bulk of them that you'll look for are in under Vitality, which are the long ones with a whole season, and topic specific classes, which I would say are more about 1 month's deep dive into a very specific topic. Do you have 1 month of work ahead of you, or are you planning your fall season with something you might like to dive into? Check below for the link to this, and you'll be able to access that and purchase whenever you want. The coupon is in your email, so make sure you go back to the newsletter email to get that coupon code so that you can utilize that, because it's only available to people who are on my newsletter. If you're not on my newsletter and you chanced upon this video, put your address in I have a link below to add your email to our email newsletter, and then next time I do something like this, you'll get the coupon. So coupons in your email. The link to it will be in your email as well as below. Whatever's easiest for you. Your purchase of one of these courses at half price is the cheapest they will ever be. I never do a sale like this. I'm doing a sale because I'm out. I'm out for a month and my income is going to be severely impacted. And it costs me $500 just to exist online before I even make $1 of income for everything I have in place to offer these courses and to do the social media stuff that you see. It costs me $500 a month. So your support of picking something for the season for yourself ahead helps me be able to offset this decision to move across the world. We're going to be there for 3, maybe 4 years. Our intention is to come back to Calgary, but we're going on an adventure and we're sure excited about what that entails. Now, with these big shifts, I wanted to leave you with one last thing. If you too are feeling like there's a lot of shifts, I really think there is an awakening that is happening for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And I love Adrienne Marie Brown. She talked about it's not that there's things changing, it's that we're actually pulling the curtain and seeing what has been going on behind the curtain finally. It's actually being published, publicized. We're actually able to see for the first time in a really in forever. And so in the midst of all of this, whether you're on that side or that side, it doesn't matter. Someone's got a car, something going on. So, regardless of the side of things that you're on, and even if you think I'm a conspiracy theorist just for having said what I just said, okay, whatever. I really think there is a massive shift going on. And I invite you to go look into nature to see if there is a shift. If you're feeling it within yourself, if you're feeling like there is a lot happening a lot faster than it used to. I have something I want to read to you. I have read this before for my newsletter, but it becomes more and more relevant the deeper and closer I get to what feels like massive shifts lying right ahead of me. So I want to share it with you today. This is a writing from Rudolf Steiner. And Rudolf Steiner is the gentleman who started the Waldorf schools. And that's actually where we're heading, is to the International Waldorf School of The Hague. As a matter of fact, that's where my husband will be teaching. And Rudolf Steiner was also a philosopher and an anthroposophist. I couldn't even tell you what that means, except that it's a type of philosophy, question mark, based on observations in nature and philosophy and many different things and ruminations and remarkable deep stuff that I need 17 lifetimes to get into. But he wrote something for what he calls the Michael age. He's not the only one to call it the Michael age. The Michael age is often talked about as this new era that we are currently finding ourselves moving into and out of the age of Aquarius, for example, right? So I'm going to read this to you. This is something he wrote a long time ago. I really love this. So he says, for the Michael age, we must eradicate from the soul all fear and terror of what comes towards man out of the future. We must acquire serenity in all feelings and sensations about the future. We must look forward with absolute equanimity to everything that may come. And we must think only that whatever comes is given to us by a world directive full of wisdom. It is part of what we must learn in this age, namely, to live out of pure trust, without any security in existence. Trust in the ever-present help of the spiritual world. Truly, nothing else will do if our courage is not to fail us. And let us seek the awakening from within ourselves every morning and every evening. I don't know how many times I turn to that verse to help me through what feels like monumental times. May you have a smooth flow into fall, my friend. I will come back and do one more email video missive from my Calgary home on September 1st. And by that time, I won't be here. I'll be in transit on my way, visiting family and taking some time to settle into my new digs. In the meantime, be well, I wish you a delightful rest of summer and look forward to crossing paths somewhere down the road. Take care. Salut. À bientôt.